In this video, you're going to learn how to lead the song Surrounded, Fight My Battles by Upperroom with just you and an acoustic guitar. Coming up. Welcome to Advanced Worship Guitar Tutorials. My name's Spencer Cormany from leadingworshipwall.com, and in this video we're taking a look at the song Surrounded by Upperroom. If you haven't checked out the cover that I put out of this song yet, you can check that out right here. That's going to show you the arrangement that you're going to learn in this video. Also, I'm going to be using some advanced guitar chords in this advanced guitar tutorial, and I'll teach you those chords today. But if you want to learn even more advanced guitar chords, there's a link to a free PDF in the description below called 25 Advanced Guitar Chords, where I will show you even more advanced guitar chords. So head down to the link in the description below if you want that. Other than that, let's get into the tutorial. Before we get into things, I just want to point out my capo's on the 2nd fret, and we're going to be playing E shapes, which puts us in the key of, that's right, F sharp. So keep that in mind. You can move the capo wherever you want, whenever you're playing it, if you want to pick a different key, but this is the key that I played it in for the cover. So that's what we're going to be doing in this tutorial. These are the chords that we're using. I'm going to show you the intro and verse 1 together because we're using the same chords for the intro and verse 1. So we're going to start off on this A, then we're going to go to an E, and I've got it written like this, but we're really just hitting that low E string by itself because it's more of a passing chord. And then from there we're going to this B, then we're gonna shift that up to a C sharp minor, back to the A, and we'll just repeat that over and over again. So altogether, the intro and verse 1 sounds like this. Verse 1. There's a table that you prepared for me in the presence of my enemies. It's your body and your blood you shed for me. This is how I fight my battles. And I'll stop there, but verse 1 repeats that same part again. So let's move into the pre-chorus. Here we are in the pre-chorus of the song, and I love this little progression here, so pay attention because it just flows together so nicely. So we're going to start with an E over G sharp. It looks like this. Then we're going to move that shape up a little bit and condense it to get our A. Move that shape up to get a B. Stretch it out a little bit to get the C sharp minor. Back to the E over G sharp, to an A, then back to the B that we played in the verse. It just flows together so nicely. You'll hear it all together. Pre-chorus sounds like this. And I believe you've overcome, and I will lift my song of praise for what you've done. This is how I fight my into the chorus. Here we are in the chorus, 4 simple chords again. We're going to be up here because this is the first chorus, so we want it to be a little bit thinner sounding. We'll move it down eventually, but the chords we're playing are this: E to an A, to that B we played in the verse, up to a C sharp minor. That's simple. The chorus sounds like this. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how. Into verse number 2. Here we are in verse number 2, and we're playing 4 simple chord shapes. So we're going to be playing an A, an E, a B, and a C sharp minor again, but instead of playing them up here, we're going to move them down to here because we want some more energy in this part of the song. So we're playing an A like this. Then we're really just going to be hitting this low E string again, but you could play the whole chord if you want, like this. And then we're going to a B, and then we're going to move that shape up 2 frets to get the C sharp minor. So altogether, verse number 2 sounds like this. In the valley, I know that you're with me, and surely your goodness and mercy follow me. So my weapons are praise and thanksgiving. This is how I fight my battles. Into the pre-chorus. Here we are in the pre-chorus, and we're playing it exactly the same way as we played pre-chorus number 1, so I'll just play that again quickly and then show you the chorus. The pre-chorus sounds like this. And I believe you've overcome, and I will lift my song of praise for what you've done. This is how I fight. Into chorus number 2. Here we are in chorus number 2, building it up even more. So we're going to move our chord shapes down here, playing an E, A, B, C sharp minor. We're going to play an E like this, standard E chord, to an A, up to a B, move that shape up 2 frets to get the C sharp minor. So all together, chorus number 2 sounds like this. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how. Into the bridge. Here we are in the bridge of the song, and we're playing 4 chords over and over again, but we're going to be playing them different ways each time. So we're going to be playing an E over G sharp to an A, to a B, to a C sharp minor. The first time we play them, we're going to be playing them like this. Here's our E over G sharp. Slide that shape up to get the A. Slide that up to a B. Slide that up to get the C sharp minor. So that's the first time through. The second time through, we're going to add the bass note of the chord. So we're going to be keeping the top end exactly the same, but we're going to be kind of wrapping our thumb around here. So our E over G sharp looks like this with our thumb on the 4th fret. Up to an A, up to a B, up to a C sharp minor. And then at the very end of the bridge, to build it up even more, we're going to play E over G sharp like this, to an A, to a B, to a C sharp minor. So all together, the bridge sounds like this. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. Oh, it may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. Oh, it may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. This is how I fight. Into another chorus. Here we are in yet another chorus, but this chorus is a little bit different than the other ones because we're just going to be playing an E and an E suspended the whole time. So for the first half of it, we're going to be playing an E and an E suspended like this. Here's our E. Then we're just going to pick our pinky finger up and get our E suspended. So that's the first half. Then we're going to move the shape up here to build back into the bridge. We're going to play an E like this. Move our pointer finger up to the 7th fret to get the E suspended, and then we'll go into the bridge. So altogether, this alternative chorus sounds like this. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I build. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how. Little cut out there, and then it may look like I'm surrounded. I'll play that in context. We're gonna go to the E over G sharp, so just so you can get it. Fight my battles. This is how. It may look like I'm. Let's move into the final bridge. Here we are in the final bridge of the song, and we're kind of going to do things in reverse from what we did in the first bridge, because now we're already built up and we want it to be loud, but this is near the end of the song, so we got to back it down. So just pay attention to that. You already know all these chords that we're using. We are going to end on this A chord that we used at the very beginning of the song. So keep that in mind. This is what the final bridge sounds like. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. Partial chords. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. And on the A. Congratulations, you just learned how to lead the song Surrounded. Fight My Battles, those are parentheses by the way, by Upperroom. If you enjoyed this cover and you liked the advanced guitar chords that you saw all throughout this cover, and you want to learn even more of those advanced guitar chords, I've got something free for you down in the description below. It's a free PDF called 25 Advanced Guitar Chords, where I'll teach you even more chords that you can substitute. So instead of playing a G like this, you could play it like this, or a bunch of other ways. So go check that out in the description below. Other than that, thanks so much for joining me. Until I see you in the next video, keep leading worship well.